Watch it now. Banshilla made a forward boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal when I run from boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy now. Pop down we running marathon boy. The wish I never made it that the champion boy pano. Nah man I done a songsters boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy. Yeah yo.
Welcome to the Tony Smalling Sports Complex. We are in South St. Andrew for Red Stripe Football Mondays. The assignment, the UWI will tackle a Humble Lion on the home field of the Arnett Gardens Football Club. The temperature, around about 26 degrees Celsius or thereabouts. The humidity is at about 78%. Not a high chance of rain at all. And the wind has picked up in the last few moments or so. 12 miles per hour is the wind reading. My name is George Davis and I'm working alongside a respected local football coach here in Jamaica, Meron Gordon. Meron, good evening and welcome once again, my friend.
Thanks for having me, George.
Good. Now, the assignment this evening in front of us is first versus third in the table. But more important than that, it is first versus second in the defensive stakes. And we're talking about the teams with the two best defenses clashing here. From a defensive perspective, what are you expecting?
I'm not expecting a high-scoring game, you know, but you're talking about a Humble Lion team that for the past 2 years they have gone to the semi-final round and they want to at least one better than this year. And you're also talking about a UWI team that is playing good football for the entire season. But I'm wondering, can they maintain this to the end?
Well, the schedule for today's games should have seen Marvel Hewan then tackle Reno in the curtain raiser to this encounter. However, the Reno team, they had some issues because on their way from Westmoreland, which is of course in the west of Jamaica, crossing the border into St. Elizabeth, the neighboring parish to the east, the Reno bus had a problem because a truck ran into the back of the bus, causing 6 players to be injured. 6 of the Reno players injured, taken to hospital for treatment of minor injuries, lacerations. A few had glass fragments affecting their eyes, had to be flushed out by the doctor. But the report is that they should be good to go. You spoke to the Reno technical director, Meron, Wendell Downsell. What did he tell you?
Yes, Coach Downsell told me that they will resume training by the next day or two. You know, he said everybody's in good spirit and the team is ready to go Thursday or even weekend.
All right, so the UWI team and Humble Lion preparing for this encounter. Before we go further with this preview, though, let's look at what happened on Sunday. We go to Southeast Clarendon, the home field of Jamaica FC, the Wembley Centre of Excellence, where they welcomed Arnett Gardens. And Arnett Gardens would get an early lead. The build up here on the left side of the attack. The ball finds its way to Marvin Morgan, one of the smallest men on the pitch, on a free header.
Poor marking there at the back there by Jamaica, but they showed some character after this. So after going down so early in the game, they came back and they did well.
All right, the rains came and the goals came for Jamaica. Tevin Garnett, the former Boys Town man, sweeping home. That's the equalizer.
Jamaica's working very hard, especially in the rainy weather there, George.
Oh yes. And the rainy weather would play a part in the second goal because the ball swept into the box. Look at this wild challenge from Decoy Williams. No doubt that is a penalty. And Roshane Sharp picks himself up and from 12 yards beats the goalkeeper.
Experienced player there, Decoy Williams. You know, I mean, he should have done better there, but such is football.
Marvin Morgan, the captain for the day for Arnett Gardens, and their goal scorer, got injured, suffered a neck injury, and had to be taken to the hospital. All right, so from a soggy Clarendon, Southeast Clarendon rather, to Waterhouse in Kingston, Western St. Andrew. Look at this move, Kemar Beckford. And let the pictures speak for themselves, Meron.
Football, that's total football around there by Waterhouse team. They passed the ball around well there, and it was brilliantly and expertly finished there by the player.
Beckford with the goal, and then this mix-up led to a free kick for Waterhouse, and the veteran, the 40-year-old veteran, Irvino English off the left peg. Goalkeeper gets it all wrong. Goal. But look at the celebration, Meron. He takes the jersey off, flings it into the crowd and runs away.
Experienced goalkeeper Jacomina Barrett should never made a mistake like that though, George.
All right, we go to Central Jamaica now for Portmore United against Harbourview. Portmore in the white. They'll get their first goal through a player Meron used to coach. Ewan Grandison off the outside of the right foot.
Pull it there from his foot, George. Right in the top left-hand corner of the goal. Very, very good goal there by Ewan Grandison.
Hard kicking Ewan Grandison, putting Portmore up, but Harbourview did take a share of the points. Muir rising at the near post to head in for 1-1.
It was poor marking there in the box there, though, George.
There you go. All right, the commentary game from the Edward Siaga Oval pitted Boys Town against their rivals Tivoli, and Shamar Nicholson, almost said Shamar Muir, he's a jockey. Shamar Nicholson missed the header from Michael Campbell's free kick, but look how quickly he got up.
Striker's instinct there, George. Just a glimpse of the ball, and he put it in the back of the goal.
Fantastic.
Very, very good
from
goal
the
there.
20-year-old takes his coach's hat, cap, and put it on, and referee Cardella Samuels saw enough. So 1-0 to Boys Town. So the full results from Sunday: Portmore United, Harbourview sharing the points 1-1. Jamaica 2-1 over Arnett Gardens. Waterhouse beating Montego Bay United 2-0. Boys Town taking care of Tivoli 1-0. And as we explained to you, Marvelly Hewenden and Reno postponed because a half a dozen of the Reno players got injured when their bus was hit by a truck, and they suffered minor injuries. The table coming out of Sunday's results shows the UWI still out front on 57 points, Tivoli stuck on 52, Humberland and Mobay United on 50 each, Portmore United 46, and Arnett Gardens 42, rounding out the top 6, Maron.
Yes, and the important thing about the table, though, is that Humberland team, a win tonight will take them into the second place, and they'll try and get an automatic qualifying spot for the playoff of the league.
Let's talk UWI, Meron, because Kimar Dadadeli will not be in the starting 11, neither will he be on the bench available to coach Marcel Gale and company because of his red card in the previous encounter they played Monday Night Football at the National Stadium. How much does that affect what UWI would normally do in a game?
I think it affects them somewhat, but this UE team is a quality team, you know, it is a well-coached team, so I don't think it will affect them totally, but Dada Daly in any team is a quality player, and he can provide, he can pick a pass or kick a dead ball in the goal at any point, so they'll miss him, but I think they can do without him.
Their leading goal scorer from last season, Gervon Brown, big strong Gervon Brown, wears number 10. He is back, not starting this evening, Meron, but he is on the bench. He should have some punch to the attack.
Of course, he's their leading goal scorer last year, you know. He's a quality player, he's strong in the air, he's strong on the ground. So definitely that will give them some extra push.
All right,
in the last.
Donald Oliver spoke with the assistant coach of the UWI team, and Andrew Peart had some opinions about the game. Donald elicited them.
Kemar Dealing is missing from your starting lineup or your squad really after he picked up a red card in the last game. How are you coping with that?
Well, we have players who will step up to this game. It's another opportunity for a new player. In this case, Daniel Gilzine. I think we have used close to about 27 or so players for the entire season, so we have no problems in fitting our new person coming in to adjust to the demands of the game. So it's a big miss with his experience and his talent, but I think we have the right players who can fill that gap.
Why has your defense been so successful the past few games?
Well, defending for us is a team activity. We defend with 11, we attack with 11. So if we don't have the ball, then we expect everyone, I would train with the intention of everyone participating in the defense, so it makes it easier for the defenders and the goalkeeper.
After Tivoli and Mobay dropped points on Sunday, Humberland are the opponents really closest to you based on the fact that they do have games in hand. You may very well theoretically win the league if you beat a Humberland team tonight. What have you been telling your squad?
Well, the message is just that we have another game to play, 90 minutes of football to try to come out on the winning side. So it's not about what we can gain at the end in terms of winning the league or any other sort, but it's just doing the best every minute in the game.
All the best, Coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that's the assistant coach of the UWI team, Andrew Peart. So the starting 11 reads: Amal Knight in goal, Rashane Smith the skipper, Tennille McKenzie, Daniel Gilzine replaces Kimar Daly, Dina Schaff, Davian Garrison, Geronde Henry, Anthony Greenland, Patrick Brown, Kimoy Atkinson, and Dayton Stewart. The formation that they'll play two up front nominally, Garrison and Greenland, and then across the middle, Henry, Smith, Gilzine and Brown, and in the back they have Stewart, McKenzie, Schaff and Atkins. The first player to watch this evening, Meron, Patrick Brown.
Patrick Brown, very tricky player. And if he's having a good game tonight, this Humberline defenders can have a nightmare for the entire night. So I'm hoping for UWI's sake, he have a good game. He scored in the last outing against the Humberline team also.
The next player to watch is one of the best players in the league. People normally say one of the best goalkeepers. He's one of the best players in my book. Amal Knight, progressive youngster between the sticks for the UWI, Maron.
He's the best goalkeeper in the league for me too, George.
By far.
And I think he deserves a spot, at least as a third-string goalkeeper in the national team. Amal Knight, very smart, very, very talented player.
All right, so the UWI team there. Just before we look at the Humberline team news, Maron, I must tell you, UWI, ultra impressive. What makes them impressive is because since 2017 started, they've played 12 games. They've won 7 of those games and they've lost only 1. So when we're talking about form teams, they are the team that everyone else is looking at and trying to emulate.
Yes, they're very organized, George. They're organized off the field, on the field, they're very organized. But I keep saying, I'm wondering though, if they should lose a game, I think it's no. You know, because to maintain that form for so long, sometimes scientifically, it never happened.
All right, then Humberline's coach Donovan Ducky also spoke with us a few moments ago talking about this evening's game, and Donald Oliver posed the questions.
Coach, with Tivoli and Mobay United dropping points, this is the big opportunity to rein UWI in. Is it do or die, you think, today?
No, it's not do or die. It's just another game for us, but the importance of the game, we understand. The occasion is big. We don't want to be overwhelmed by it, but we understand what we need to do today. They have opened up a 7 points lead on us, and we need to cut into that. With having a game in hand, it would be good for us to get 3 points tonight.
Ricardo Cousins is back in your squad. Where has he been?
Ricardo Cousins, a quality player, one of our senior in our ranks. He was abroad on some personal business. Now he has returned. He's in training. Tonight you'll definitely see him.
What have you been telling your team this week as you prepare for a UWI team that hasn't conceded a lot of goals?
Well, I'm not sure about conceding a lot of goals. I think more likely that would be us. I think.
No, in the past 10 games or so.
Oh yes, definitely. In the past 10 consecutive games, they have been good. I think it's the best attacking team against the best defensive team. They're good. They're very organized. Me and Marcel Gale, we go way back. From those days in Waterhouse, so you know we understand certain things, certain dynamics, certain characteristics of play. He has been doing well. They're very organized. Their confidence is skyrocketing right now, and we understand that. But what is important is that we can control what we can control in the game. We can take away some things from them, and it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a spectator's treat. So I hope they're here for the treat.
All the best, coach.
Thanks, Donald. All the while. Thank you very much.
All right, so Humberline, Donovan Ducky, these are the men he's sending out this evening. Sanchez Lloyd in goal, Kevon Isaacs, Levon Williams, Ricardo Campbell, Kevon Reed, Dwayne Holmes, Jermaine Christian, Hugh Gray, Francois Swaby, the exciting Rohan Richards, and the man they call the Gorilla, Hugh Howell, patrolling the midfield. They will play in this formation, Maron, with Swaby up front, Williams, Christian, and Richards behind him, Howell and Isaacs, and then the 4 defenders. Our first player to watch from the Humberline team, Rohan Richards, the former Jamalco winger.
Wow, talent all around there, speed, skill, and also a goal scorer, Rohan Richards. If he have a good game tonight, George, he's going to be very, very dangerous, and he can damage this UWI team in the glimpse of an eye.
The next player to watch for Humberline is Francois Swaby, tall, deceptively quick,
very strong in the air. He's also a good dribbler and also a goal scorer. So for Donovan Ducky to have a Swaby on the field and also a Richards, you know, tonight is going to be a very, very classic game in terms of offensive duties for these players.
All right, Humberline, since 2017, they've played 11 games. They've won 5 of them. They've drawn 4, and they've lost only 2. They have conceded 17 goals in 28 games. Amazing. They are by far the most miserly team in the league. They don't give them up easily, and they also score their fair few. 34 goals they've scored and have conceded 17, the best statistics in the league in terms of defense. And we have something for your immediate get the light. That's UWI versus Humberline in the Red Stripe Premier League, right here from the Tony Sporting Sports Complex. We come back with the action.
It's crunch time before crunch time. The Tony Sporting Sports Complex has always proven to be a cauldron of football drama, and tonight, as we head also close to the playoffs, a blockbuster encounter which could very well decide the league format in this 2016-2017 RSPL season. Wherever you're watching from all over the world, thanks for joining us on Sportsmax and Scene TV. My name is Donald Oliver, and I'll be working out with Meron Gordon. For Humberline, who reside in third place at the moment, they have 5 games remaining. For leaders UWIFC 4. The difference between the two teams as it stands, 7 points. It is safe to say that the Lions are entering the last chance saloon. UWI, however, would be buoyed by the fact that both Montego Bay United and Tivoli Gardens slipped on Sunday, and those teams are in the fight to gain top spot in the league as well as for playoff berths. And they also lost on Sunday to teams who are in a fight for the ages to avoid relegation. Meron, the context has been set for tonight's encounter. What are you expecting?
Donald, if you should choose a team that you want to play against now for your test, I think UWI would choose Humberline and Humberline would choose UWI. Both teams are playing well. UWI been playing consistent football, but Humberline is playing a very, very good defensive football. So I'm telling you, tonight is going to be a cracker.
UWI, well, they haven't been beaten in their last 11 matches dating back to the 1st of January. They were on a streak of 636 minutes without conceding a goal before Kemal Malcolm scored for Iron Gardens 3 minutes from time in our Monday Night Football game at the National Stadium last week. That was some statistic by UWI, their defense holding up strong.
But even though UWI defense is good, Donald, Humberline, you could say theirs are impeccable. You know, so this defensively, offensively, these two teams are two of the best, we have in the league right now.
But Humberline, they have suffered just 2 losses in their last 15 matches. But a UWI win tonight, in the eyes of many pundits, sees them winning the league format of the competition theoretically, if not quite mathematically, Meron.
And Humberline is the last hurrah for them. If they do not win tonight, you can say theoretically they can't finish in the top 2 again.
You see both teams coming out to the middle, and they're donning shirts from UNESCO as they continue to make a statement, the PLCA and the teams in the league, in regards to football against crime in the country. The greeting party about to meet both teams. Rashima Kelly of Red Stripe is in the greeting party. Mike Henry, the chairman of Humberline, you just saw him there. He's also a member of the greeting party. You see the referees also being greeted. Daniel Parchment will be in charge of tonight's game. Well, we're just a few moments away from the kickoff, but before that, of course, we'll hear the playing of Jamaica's anthem.
Thank you.
So both teams will greet each other. We really do expect an interesting encounter between these two teams. I mentioned before, Merron, that Humberline, they have to throw everything tonight. The points difference between the two teams, 7. And they really have to close that gap as the games are running out.
When you have a Rowan Richards, a Francois Swaby, and a Levon Williams in your team, you know, that is throwing everything. Those are 3 quality attacking players, goal scorers, and I know they're going to do well tonight.
Just to confirm that Daniel Parchment will be the man in charge, and he'll be assisted by Nicholas Anderson, Oyinka McTaggart, and of course the 4th official, Kevin Morrison. So here's the starting lineup for UWI. In goal, Amal Knight. In front of him, the captain, Rashane Smith. He'll be in the middle of the park. Daniel McKenzie, Daniel Gilzine, Dina Schaff, Davian Garrison, Jerome Henry, Anthony Greenland, Patrick Brown, Kemoy Atkinson, and Dayton Stewart. Of course, there is no Kimar Daly. He got a red card last time out. They're, of course, coached by Marcel Gale. And this is how they'll line up, Merron.
Very, very attacking there. Normally you'll see them playing 3 or 5 at the back. Today they're playing with 4. So I guess they're going all out for it tonight too, Donald.
Garrison and Greenland, the 2 up front.
And very, very dangerous Patrick Brown on the flanks.
This is Humberline starting lineup. Sanchez Lloyd is in goal. Kevon Isaacs in front of him. Levon Williams, Ricardo Campbell, Kevon Reed, Dwayne Holmes, Jermaine Christian, Hughan Gray, Francois Swaby, Rohan Richards, and Hugh Howell. You see on the bench Andrew Van Zien, Woolry Wolf, as well as Kirk Duckworth. But this is how they line up with a couple of holding midfielders.
Yes, but also I think sometimes you see some coaches play with double central midfielders. It's because they want the attacking players to express themselves and they will not do much defensive duties. So even though you might see 2 defensive mid, those 3 players in front of them, they are going to go all out in attack.
So Francois Swaby up front alone. So again, this matchup, you see the UWI in their full red outfit, Humberline of course in green. Heard news of Ricardo Cousins being on the bench for Humberline. That's good news for them after he was overseas for some time.
When you can have a Cousins coming back this time of the league, Donald, when you are doing so well, that only can add quality to your bench and also to your starting 11.
Avon Knight leading the charge as skipper of UWI. To say that he's a capable goalkeeper is an understatement. Humberline as well meeting in the middle. And we are just moments away from kickoff here.
Both teams giving their final cheer.
Just to G themselves up before the start of this one. Let's see what kind of game we're going to get this evening at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. Of course, the home of Arnett Gardens. They are not in action tonight, so not the biggest crowd here in the community. But still, the few who have come out, they do expect an interesting encounter. And it's first against third with UWI, the runaway leaders at the moment. And the Humberline looking to bridge that gap. This after slip-ups by Montego Bay United and Tivoli Gardens, who were always in the hunt to top the league at the very least. Of course, they're all in the hunt for playoff spots, but of course the top 2 will go straight to the semi-finals in the knockout version of the Premier League. Francois Swaby is the lone man up front at the moment, trying to get on the end of this one. Let's see how that will play out and see if it actually plays into UWI's hands, because they are a very stubborn team. They're on the attack at the moment over on the far side. And Patrick Brown couldn't keep it in play. He's a speedy player, Patrick Brown.
All the games that I've watched with UWI so far, Donald, they normally dominate in midfield. And you can see Humberland with a Hugh Howell tonight to disrupt that midfield. I think if he is having a good game tonight, he can put some danger or even disrupt this UWI midfield tonight.
Well, UWI trying to get something going on the right-hand side. Garrison. There's Marcel Gale, he's the head coach of UWIFC. Also renowned as assistant coach to Neville Burtis Bell, St. George's College as well. Successful schoolboy football team in recent years here in Jamaica.
And he assists at Waterhouse for many years also.
Here's Humberline trying to pick up the play. Speedy movement on the left. Levon Williams has it. Plays it inside. It's a good cross. UWI able to defend stubbornly, trying to get it out of their own defensive third, and they do so. The slight touch from Geronde Henry plays it forward. Now they try to play it forward. And it's a Garrison there with the effort.
Good all-round football there, good attack by Humberland, good one-touch, two-touch football by the Humberland team. And in a drift on the counter-attack, UWI went down swiftly to the Humberland goal and get off a shot. Good all-round football there.
And that's Donovan Ducky, head coach of Humberline. A much-traveled coach, Donovan Ducky. Levon Williams controls well. Had Francois Swaby as assistant, but decided to take on a couple of defenders. Didn't turn out to be too successful. Battle in the middle of the park. And a little bit sneaky there, Anthony Greenland, in holding up the ball, but he got away with it successfully. This is now Dayton Stewart in the starting lineup for UWI, looking to make an impression. And Greenland finds a turf. Referee says play on. Hugh Howell got the ball. Now they lose it out, but that was a poor first touch, wasn't it? And then pretty lucky to get the free kick there, Patrick Brown, as a high boot came in. And so now it's a free kick to UWIFC. Yeah, the first touch was poor, and there was a high boot and handball there as well. So it's a free kick to UWIFC. It's some way out. Sanchez Lloyd is in goal. A shot coming in, and the less said about that, the better, from Taniel McKenzie.
Way off target there, Donald. Way off.
We hope for a quality game tonight. Long ball upfield again by Humberline, and Williams was trying to knock it forward to Swaby, but Amal Knight, the brilliant Amal Knight, with it now.
The thing about these two teams, though, Donald, they're very mean. They just don't give up easy goals.
Which doesn't say that they're lackadaisical when they go on the offense. Probably there was a hint of handball there, but referee Patchman said no. Now Humberline trying to transition themselves. Not the best pass from Kevon Isaacs, but he gets it now. Isaacs looking for more options. Swaby is there. And trying to play it over to the right-hand side, but nothing doing, as he was trying to find Rowan Richards there, who does well in battling and helping out his teammate to get it back. Jermaine Christian. Now the ball is sent in. And Huey trying to come away with the possession. Hugh Howell getting a boot in, but the play continues for Huey. It's played forward, too far in front of Garrison from Greenland.
So far, it's a very aggressive game, Donald, from both teams. Both teams closing down each other very quickly, not giving any room for easy output or easy play.
Both teams really working hard for the 50-50 challenges and for the rebound balls, and let's hope that the pace continues. But you can see from the outset that it's going to be a battle of wills here tonight. You were realizing that they're so close to winning the league format of this competition. They don't want to let it slip. This after their nearest rivals lost on Sunday. Humberline trying to push now. Oh, it's gone through to Williams. Levon Williams looking for some assistance, and it was closed down very well. Tani McKenzie doing very well there. Now here is Patrick Brown. Oh, wasn't the best from him over on the far side.
So that final ball by both teams so far is lacking, Donald. I'm surprised that Levon Williams, after getting that ball basically behind the UWI defenders.
Luckily, I might add.
Yes, he should have just run to the goal, but he slowed down, and knowing the UWI team, they're going to close him and close him quickly.
Again, Francois Swebe wins another header, but his teammates couldn't capitalize. UWI are defending in numbers. They are respectful of this Humberline team. Here's Greenland on the ball. Patrick Brown is to his left. Decides against going to the left-hand side. Instead goes to Geronde Henry. Roshane Smith trying to get the cross inside. Long ball's not working for Humberline. Not yet, anyway. Garrison on the ball. Trying to find Henry, who was seeking to run into some space here. Oh, Jermaine Christian picks it up. Good turn by Rowan Richards. Finds Kevon Isaacs. Dwayne Holmes sends it long. Richards made his run. The pass back to Williams was too heavy. But see the intention there. It was a really good cross-field run from Rowan Richards to get into the space on the left, having started out the action from the right-hand side.
Call it a blind run. He was running on the blind side of the defensive line, Donald, and that is always a smart move. Over on the weekend, we saw young McGee made a similar run as Ron Richards did, Donald, and scored a goal. Moves like those, thinking the game like that, is what is lacking in Jamaica.
Williams picks it up, has a little bit of space, decides against dribbling and gives the ball away, but his team does get the throw. Taken quickly by Holmes. Williams couldn't keep it in play. It's a confidence thing. Or it could be a lack of confidence, really, when you see your striker not running into the space and taking on the defenders. And we see that Williams has failed to take the opportunity on a couple of occasions. Now the long ball will be looking for Patrick Brown. Was in a battle over there with Hugh and Gray. Gray came out on top. Brown takes the throw himself, although the captain didn't do a lot with it, Roshane Smith.
Yes, Gray, a former player of Sporting Central and also Waterhouse, now playing for Humble Lion. Even did some stints with the national team, Donald. Had a few caps with the national team under Coach Schaefer.
Yet to see a goal after 11 minutes here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex, but it's been an interesting match so far.
Both teams throwing punches, but yet to connect.
Yeah, haven't seen much of a connection as yet. Let's see what will happen with this play. They've sent quite a few players forward. Humble Lion. It's Ricardo Campbell who's behind this one. Want to have a good delivery, go straight to the one-man wall, which says a lot.
That was poor. At least you have to beat that first play in front of you in order to get in a square.
Was the big man by any means, was he? Well, that was a haul and push from Hugh Howell.
Hugh Howell is inside that midfield for Humble Lion to disrupt the UWI midfield.
And that was a disruptive foul, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Just decided that he would not allow them to play.
The conditions here in Arnagan is very cool. Players will enjoy the climate. Wasn't the best first touch. No surprise that it ended up the way it did. Challenge from behind there. It was an easy call. Daniel Gilzine doing the fouling. Free kick to Humble Lion, and Hugh Howell sends this one inside. Not clear, probably. Shot from distance is wide, and it goes behind for a goal kick. And a really ambitious effort it was.
Good technique there, though, by Isaacs. Just lacked some amount of direction.
Trying to catch Amal Knight by surprise. Opening a few minutes, Maron, and we see that Humble Lion, they've had the majority of the possession in my book at any rate.
And more purposeful also.
You're right about Howell being a disruptive force. He's almost playing the Maron Fellaini role for Humble Lion. Here's Williams being challenged. Poor pass from Holmes. Francois Swaby. Good move by Humble Lion at the back post. Oh, they didn't reach the back post. So another goal kick to UWI.
Good football there, good fighting football. Ruan Richards lost the ball, he tackled back and he made a pass. And they found overlapping Yuan Gray. What was a terrible, should say the least, about that square.
Oh, a mistake there by Amal Knight. The bailed out there by Kemoy Atkinson. Humble Lion with 60% of the possession, and no surprise there. You do say that they look a a little bit more purposeful as well. Maran.
Yes, they're not only possessing the ball, but they're possessing the ball and going forward very aggressively.
Geronde Henry has it now for UWI. Looking for some options. Pass was a little bit shallow. But UWI does get the throw in and they take it quickly. It's your captain, Shane Smith, on the ball. Sends this high inside the box. Not clear properly. Now it is. Well, not really. It doesn't go too far. Patrick Brown is right under it. Gilzine. Now the ball is played across. It's a big chance here for UWI. Still back to goal, trying to turn. Comes as far as Henry with the shot. Probably was in a couple of minds there, whether he wanted to take the shot or provide the pass. In the end, the ball escaped from his boot without a lot of power. Greenland was also there, trying to probably get a last stab at it. But I think Henry was going for goal.
Holmes, the left back of Humberland, though, need to be more aggressive and step into that ball. Can't allow a shot there, especially in your goal area.
Williams flicks it on. Oh, that's a crunching challenge. He remains on the turf.
And the player that is down, the kick go against him.
Oh my goodness.
Rightfully so.
That may just affect him for generations to come, I can tell you that. The collision wasn't the prettiest at all. He's still feeling it. Jermaine Christian. Nice turn. Swaby is a big man, but he's silky at times. Howell. Can't use the term silky to describe Hugh Howell, but effective.
Very effective.
They need a good-looking cross at the back post. Had to get that header in, Geronde Henry.
Much better cross there by one Ewan Gray.
Humberline just about picking up the pace again. Kevon Isaacs floats this one inside. Again inside the area. A couple of bounces before they couldn't clear it. Nice touch from Howell. Beautiful movement. Trying to get some space. Jermaine Christian couldn't. Here's UWI. Patrick Brown. Can't get by Hugh and Gray. And Ron Richards taking on a couple of defenders. Didn't work out on that occasion.
Telling you, Donald, this Humble Lion team is playing at a very high pace. I'm wondering how long can they maintain this for.
Well, they were in a quiet zone for about 8 minutes or so, but they just picked it up in the last couple of minutes. So it hasn't really been frenetic by the minute. They have been pacing themselves, the Donovan Duke coach team.
One thing I can tell about Donovan Duke's team, though, they don't give up goals anywhere you go. Not a team that you can score and score easily on. I'm not going to say he's a defensive coach because his teams also score a lot of goals. But he's not one coach that you can say gives up goals easily. His teams are very organized.
Williams. Greenland has it now for Yui and doesn't have a lot of options, so just tried to go through the referee. Now here is Smith. Is he offside? Yes, he is. Well, the referee is very close to the action, let me just say that.
In the past 2 minutes, the referee...
He's been intimately involved in the play.
he basically played.
Oh, that's some good defending there, referee Parchment.
I'm wondering which team he's on.
Got out of the way of that one. Williams picks it up. Can shoot from distance. Decides to go all through the way through. But Knight comes out to collect. Read that one, Knight, and sprinted off his line. There has to be a little bit of magic to try and break this UWI defense. Williams seems as if he's up to it today. Again, the long ball of field looking for Richards on this occasion, who has a lot of pace. Now it's with Swaby. Swaby. Now the shot. I think that was a shot.
Levon Williams, past player of one Lennon High School. Donald.
Really?
Coached by Merron Gordon.
Ah, yes. Surely he's not any ordinary player then.
He's wearing the number 10.
which probably doesn't see a lot in Jamaica, can I tell you? Here's Richards. Tried to get on the end of this one. Needs a good cross. That wasn't the best. He was trying to find Jermaine Christian, who had made a run at the near post. Vaughan Williams, former Lennon standout. Which year?
I know he left Lennon 2009. He started to play D'Costa Cup at a very tender age, at about 14.
So you're saying that since he left, Lennon started winning trophies?
Yes.
Okay, all right. There you go. Long ball of field. It's Patrick Brown on the right-hand side. He's been all over the park, hasn't he? Just trying to get that space. It's difficult for him at the moment, and in the end he loses out, but his team picks it back up. Ball played to the edge of the D. There's Brown again, stabbing it forward. Rashane Smith has it now, takes a shot, it's wide, well wide. They're finding it difficult to break this Humberline team, Yui. You could see them struggling to permeate the back line and get into the penalty area. The shot from Rashane Smith.
Isaacs and Howell are doing very, very good defensive work there for Humberline team. They're closing down the UWI team. The UWI team cannot get time to settle. They cannot get time to play their natural passing game.
Richards tripped, gets a free kick. Could have been called for the stepping foul there, Richards. But the referee ignored that. That was just poor from Dwayne Holmes. But Humberline, they still have it. Good turn by Williams. Keepers trying to the give and go on that occasion with Jermaine Christian. Patrick Brown looking for options. Zui trying to come forward. Garrison now on the left. Humberline with 56% of the possession at the moment. It's dropped from 60. So Yui slowly but surely trying to get a foothold on the game. Holmes trying to win it and does. Looking to get on the end of that one from Jermaine Christian.
Yui is always the aggressor in all the games that I've watched with this Yui team, Donald. But tonight, Humberline is playing their trick, the Yui trick on Yui. And Yui so far, it's like they can't find an answer for it. You know, especially in the midfield where you have Isaacs and UWIFC closing down the Yui players so quickly. You know, Yui need to adjust. I think they need to create more space for themselves, need to move more and be a little bit more patient with the football instead of trying to play this counter-attacking game, because they will never break down this Humberline team counter-attacking. They need to try and come especially through the flanks. They're trying to go through the middle and it's not working.
Mike Henry there, will be having a little chat with him. Chairman of Humberline at the half-time interval. Looks on as his team trying to get another attack going. Francois Swaby again trying to get on the end of that pass. Garrison. That was a poor pass. In the end, Yui, as you said, Maron, they don't seem to be patient. Andrew Peart, the assistant coach, has a lot to think about right now as to how to break this Humberline defense. Humberline getting a free kick from some way out.
Seems as if we have about 4 UWIFCs on the field though, Donald. Everywhere I look on the field, I see UWIFC. In defense, in offense. He's playing his heart out tonight for his Humberline team.
Kevon Isaacs behind this one. 2-man wall in front of Isaacs on this occasion. Sends that one wide. He was really ambitious to try and beat Almond Knight from 30 yards out. But nothing beats a failure. The game has these lull periods. Almost Humberline take a break, but Yui, they haven't been able to capitalize and dictate during those periods. Whenever they try to move forward, the interception is usually made by Humberline. And then they start again from the back. After 30 minutes, we're yet to see a goal here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex.
Lion is very good in holding their team shape, though. You can see the 4 defenders, you can see the 3 midfielders, and also the 3 attacking players or the 3 forwards. And whenever they lose the ball, you can see players quickly going back into their defensive shape.
Well, that's a crunching challenge from Ricardo Campbell. Hugh Howell picks it up. Hugh and Gray on the run. Kevon Isaacs will just give up the possession there. Howell loses it, and now Garrison has it. Geronde Henry didn't reach him. Was there a handball there? There was. Free kick against Henry. Just about 13 minutes to go in the first half. Kirk Porter is in the blue. He's the goalkeeper of Boys Town. Let's hope that we're not getting him into some trouble tonight. There's Hugh and Gray. Or rather, that was Hugh Howell. The cross coming in. Almal Knight seeing it all the way as well. Again.
In terms of possession, though, Donald, I think you is struggling without Kemar Daly tonight. You know, Kemar Daly is very instrumental in providing those final, should I say, defense-splitting pass.
Well, here's one defense-splitting pass to Geronde Henry. Got the cross off Dwayne Holmes.
I think that is the biggest reason why you is struggling tonight. Kemar Daly is a very influential player in any team in this league. Got a stupid red card and now he's sitting out this game. He got a 1-match suspension for
Smith with the first corner of the game. He's put behind for another one.
He is facing a 1-match suspension for a silly tackle he made in the last week Monday night game.
Smith again with the delivery at the back post. Keeper got a hand on it. And Howell almost did extremely well. Gets the ball luckily. Doesn't clear it too far now. It's with Patrick Brown. Well, he was trying to add to his 5 goals so far this season. And that was way above the crossbar. He apologizes for it.
You have to be rushing in everything that they are doing because Humberline is closing them down quickly. So that they don't get in time to settle on the ball. And so far, it's like they have to be rushing even their spot kicks.
Sanchez Lloyd having to stick the hand up to prevent that one from going in. Here's Greenland. Gilzine, who replaces Kemar Daly in that midfield role. He's again looking for the options. Just tabs it forward and couldn't find Garrison.
Again, they're not playing with any patience. They are pushing the passes too early. They're not using the flanks. They're trying to go through the midfield, and to go through this Humberline midfield today is going to be very, very hard for them. So far, Hugh Howell and Isaacs, they're having a very, very good game.
I just saw Jerome Waite was on the phone there, the head coach of Arnett Gardens. Henry. Smith taking the shot that was charged down. Dino Schaff, goal scorer last week with a brilliant header. Doing more defensive work tonight. Levon Williams trying to turn and was fouled. That was an easy call there.
I hate see fouls like that though. Levon was facing his goal. You have no reason there to tackle him.
Long free kick taken. Kenny McKenzie with the clearance. Isaac's giving up the ball. Here's Yui now. Let's see what can be done with this attack. Geronde Henry tries to get between between the ball and the marker. Floated ball inside the box, comes out as far as Shane Smith. Now it's with Patrick Brown. Brown looking for some options. Twisting, turning, heading to the bylines, take the shot again. For the second time in a couple of minutes, can't keep it down.
For defending there though by Reed, allowing the player to turn and run at him. As a defender, you cannot allow a player to turn. The player is facing his goal. You should allow or should keep that player in that position and don't allow him to turn and run at you. And that can be very dangerous, especially in the goal area.
Admiral Bailey, coach of Waterhouse FC, also in the stands watching this game. Renowned entertainer, still making the rounds on the local and international circuit, one should add. Amal Knight looks on as Ricardo Campbell's free kick is going to come his way. Richards trying to control and win the ball, stabs it towards goal. I reckon that Knight saw that one late as he went down low to his left. Not a lot of power behind it.
Smart toe poke there by Rowan Richards.
There's been so much controversy in regards to offside calls in recent days. It would be interesting if that had gone in. A couple of players in offside position. It would have been debatable as whether they were interfering with the play as the shot came through. That was dangerous from Levon Williams.
Very dangerous. He's lucky.
Gilzine is okay, by the way.
Without a card.
Ball sent forward. Again, the header from Greenland. Just couldn't find the Garrison.
Surprisingly though, Sanchez Lloyd, the goalkeeper of Humberline team, is not taking the...
There's Humberline trying to come forward. Good movement there by Williams.
I was saying earlier, Sanchez Lloyd is not taking the goal kicks. The defender coming back to kick the ball. In this modern football, goalkeepers have to be using their feet.
Garrison keeps it in play. Needs a good cross. That wasn't the best. Hugh Howell controls. Hugh and Gray now has it. Francois Swaby collecting it deep. Gives up the ball. UWI, can they capitalize? Patrick Brown losing his footing there, the momentum. Not quite gone though. Here's a chance. And the shot there was charged down. It was Greenland trying to get in on the act. Or here's Williams. Christian. Howell. Continuing his run. Swaby. Gets the return ball from Isaac. Sends this one inside. Was looking for Richards. UWI, desperate defending at the back. Still not able to get it away. Was there a handball there? Referee says nothing doing. Play on. And now the foul on Gilzine. Free kick to UWI. They've been bailed.
Seems as if Gilzine had pulled his hamstring moments ago when he was trying to keep up the pace with LeVon Williams, though, Donald. I saw him holding the back of his leg for the past 30 seconds or so.
I think the physio signal to the bench there. He may not be able to continue. I think he was trying to avoid that coming onto his hand.
And sometimes the referees will think about how close you are if you could have avoided the handled ball.
You're right about the hamstring injury there. Clutched his thigh immediately when he felt it. Probably even heard it as well. He's going to be stretched off.
I'm wondering how much this will hurt this UWI team, because Gilzine came in for Kemar Daly.
They may just have to complete the half with 10 players, UWI.
Approaching the halftime though, Humble Lion team, even though they haven't scored as yet, but I think Coach Duque will be quite comfortable, especially with the work ethics and the work rate that his team is putting on out here tonight, though, Donald. This is the first I've seen the UWI defenders look as if they are shaking. They haven't looked as comfortable as we normally see them.
Williams takes a throw himself as they try to capitalize with UWI down to 10 players. Hugh Howell on the ball, finding Kevon Isaacs. They lose possession though. Patrick Brown picks it up, putting a little bit of pressure on Kemoy Atkinson. Here's UWI. Henry. Couldn't get by his marker there. Isaacs. Howell. Richards. The speedy Richards looking for the give and go. Ends up with Christian playing it over to the right hand side though, as Williams is on it. What can they do now in stoppage time? Humble Lion as they seek to capitalize with the one-man advantage. This one is sent inside the box looking for Swaby. It was overhit. that's it for the first 45 minutes here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. And we are yet to see a goal here inside the home of Arnett Gardens. It's presently goalless between Humble Lion and UWI. UWI, of course, the leaders of the RSPL. And Humble Lion presently in third place. And after 45 minutes, not a lot to write home about. Meron, what are your thoughts?
I think Humble Lion, as I said, is the better team in the half in terms of how hard they're working and tactically how they approach this game. I think they're getting it right. But I think UWI is suffering without Kimar Daly tonight, you know. They are not possessing the ball in the way they normally does. But I think they have a quality staff, and I think their halftime break is going to be a very, very important time for both teams in order for them to get maximum point.
0-0 at halftime. Here's George Davis.
Thank you very much, Donald. So at the end of 45 minutes, 0-0 between the UWI and Humble Lion, the two best defenses in the league clashing here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. That evidenced by the stalemate over the first 45 minutes. We certainly hope for more excitement over the second stanza. We send you to a break, and when we return, we'll have a special halftime interview.
Welcome back to the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. UWI against Humble Lion in Red Stripe Football Monday night action, and we're presently goalless, and we're inside the halftime interval as we take a look at a bit of action in the first half. And well, not a lot of stuff happened, well, of quality anyway, in that first half. Humble Lion had their opportunity, and the UWI also had a couple of bites at the cherry. Jerron Henry here with his shot going wide, although I think he was in a couple of minds whether he wanted to provide the cross inside. And then this free kick was well wide of the target. It really was an ambitious effort there from Kevon Isaacs. And then Rashane Smith with the corner kick had to be parried away by Sanchez Lloyd. He was backpedaling, had to get a hand there. Didn't threaten his goal, and there was no UWI player attacking. And Humble Lion close to the end. Richards battling and trying to toe poke that to the left of Aman Knight, and he was able to pull off the save. See the goal attempts, 2-1 in favor of Humble Lion. Just the one shot on target. See fouls, 9-4 UWI, with more fouls, and not all the corner kicks are taken. Possession 55% for Humble Lion, just 45% for UWI. Let's go downstairs now to George Davis. He has a special guest.
Thank you very much, Donald. So I'm here with the man who's the Member of Parliament for Central Clarendon. He's also the chairman of the Humble Lion Football Club, and for good measure, he's the Minister of Transport here in Jamaica. Speak of none other than Lester Mike Henry of LMH Publishing. Many accolades to that, but you're wearing your football cap literally this evening, Mike Henry. Talk to me about Humble Lion's form since the start of this Premier League campaign.
The form has been fairly consistent to hold third position with 2 matches in hand. And that means that we're on par with the number one in terms of matches played. In that context, therefore, we have given away points we shouldn't have given away. They keep telling me that's the nature of the game. I don't like being number 2. I don't like losing, so I don't accept the nature. I accept the fact that we must win and we must be number 1.
A shrewd investment in the summer and, of course, in the January transfer window, Minister, has seen your squad look much stronger on paper than it did last year. How do you assess the contribution of the new boys to the team?
No, we have a couple of new boys. You can see them. Dennis hasn't started this evening, all right? You have Chucky on the wing there, and we're breeding. We have a number of young persons, Winter in the middle. the basic point is all of this speaks to the very poor structure of the footballing fraternity. It speaks to the fact that I have to begin to send signals that basically we're underpaying footballers still. We ask them to score, we criticize them. But if you can't pay the rent and if the child is crying, then you can't focus on it. And the nature of the game, you know, just last week we had a knockout. Ground wasn't ready, right? We didn't even finish, we didn't even get to play the match. That's where the Football Federation and the others have to come in relation to. And basically, if you look around at the grounds, right, you will see that there's a lot to be done. And therefore, we can't just blame it or say it's soccer, that's a round ball. That's not what I accept overall.
You've made a massive investment in Humble Lion. You love the game. You love developing young people. In terms of the academy at the Humble Lion Football Club, what is the plan to inject some capital into the academy and expand it and include more youngsters?
Well, academy is a very expensive exercise. I'm still in the plans in the works in relation to how you structure the academy, which I think should be tied into the soccer, into the schoolboys that are attending schools. Remember, all of what I am doing now started when John Green and Lloyd Plummer did the summer program for the under 14. And remember that this is not new for Clarendon or Maypen, because we ended up with 4 teams one time in the Premier League. I think it was Galaxy, etc., right? Yes. So that basically we have set that, and that was done by the private sector. So in that sense of it, as long as we continue to make football only relate to community, crime and what have you, rather than the economic structure of the whole thing, right? And therefore that relates to those who have the knowledge of it and have not imparted it to the whole structure of football.
Finally, Mr. Henry, I have to ask you this. The target for this season for Humble Lion, win it?
Target is to win it. And the target is to give the opportunity, get the scouts looking at where it is, tell me where we want to go. Let us try and focus on it. But more importantly for me is to equally sending a message. You know, one of my assistant coaches, Omar Walters, he was the one who fought with the original team to take me to where we are, find another level overall. And in that context, opening it up for the youngsters to say, I want to be a baller. But in baller, there's a reward that relates, and therefore we have to look at the economic structure.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mike Henry. All the best to you.
Thank you very, very much. All the best to Humble Lion.
Excellent. That's the man wearing many hats, Lester Mike Henry. Let's throw now to a feature on the Humble Lion Football Club, how they prepare for game day.
The life of professional players is systematic and strict, and the club he plays for influences in large part that system. We stopped off in Effortville, Clarendon to get a behind-the-scenes look at how Humble Lion prepare their players off the field.
We encourage the players them to get rest, have them nutrition, we buy vitamins and them things for them, and then take them vitamins. And plus the way we prepare the meals.
Separate and apart from that, we invest in milkshake, protein shake, fruits for different training session and all of that.
The health and nutrition of players critical to their performance. And speaking of performance, what is the operation like on game day?
At Effortville on game day, it starts at about 5:30. Chef come out and get a meal prepared.
I wouldn't eat that early because it's game day. So you know you're a little bit nervous, and that's normal. Not bad nerves.
Then the janitors them come out and get the field mark out, get this whole area prepared. Then more 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, the players them come in.
I leave out to be 2 hours early before the game because our pre-game preparation starts. So team talk is the first thing. We want to get a little pep talk for 2 minutes. Okay, guys, we're here to work, we need to click in.
Clicking for Ducky is serious business because at 1:30 p.m., all communication with anyone on the outside world ceases.
2 hours prior to the start of the game, you're going to lose your phone. If you're in trouble at home with anyone, you don't want to know at that point. It wouldn't make sense. You have to know after the game. So in any eventuality, we take the phone, so they have to be talking to each other. They might have some music to listen, and the guys will be ready 15 minutes before. It's a national anthem. We're going to pray. We're going to shout some motivational things, some constant reminders of some key points that we want to execute in the game. Then it's a go. It's all system goes. There's no turning back at that point.
Now the match has started. Let's talk strategy. How does he manage the game?
Sometimes I try to foresee doing it, like practicing it through visualization, but it won't be possible. We have to do it based upon every game. So we're leading the game, and we're leading it comfortably, 3-4-0. I think we would want to manage the game. Have more players on the field who will maintain better position. If we're losing the game, now you know we want more explosive players on the field. We want more players that are goal hungry. We want more strikers on the field, more pace. So it's a game-by-game scenario, and definitely the objective of what you want, that will influence the changes.
So what happens after the final whistle?
We have a system here where we continuously check on players. I mean, we have a team doctor here who is here every game, who assess players basically after each game.
Assistant coach, you don't know the thing go. Gorilla thing.
Welcome back to the Tony Sporting Sports Complex. We're about to begin the second half here. UWI and Humberline, we're yet to see a goal. UWI, they've made the one change, and Gervin Brown is now on the field. He's wearing the number 10, and they get the kickoff on the way. It is going to be interesting to see how they reshape after Daniel Gilzine, who actually replaced Akimar Daly in the starting lineup, got injured. A hamstring injury, had to be replaced just before the halftime interval. And it's going to be interesting to see how they shape up Merron and where they'll put Gervin Brown. And immediately he's playing further up the field, as a number 10 should. And picked up already that Rashane Smith is already playing a little bit deeper. Here's Garrison on the left-hand side. This is Atkinson now, looking for options, and there wasn't an option on the left-hand side. UWI, Patrick Brown on the left-hand side, looking for options, and they couldn't get by the second defender, and the last touch of him. UWI already looking a little bit more purposeful in the attack. Richards collects it for Humberline. Isaacs. UWI is pressing, applying the pressure on Humberline. They have been a little bit tentative at the back since the start of the second half. And now they have to be kicking into the breeze as well, Humberline. Francois Swaby playing deep, trying to find Richards. It's an immaculate pass. Richards trying to beat his marker on his right foot, looking for the option of a pass. Couldn't get it inside the box. Greenland now has it for UWI. Pressured all the time and fouled by Ricardo Campbell.
You have to be very careful with this high line that they're playing, though, because Humberline have so much speed, especially on the flanks, with Rowan Richards and Levon Williams. You have to be very, very careful with that high line that they're playing now.
Can't be penalized there. It's a free kick to UWIFC. Hopefully there will be a little bit more action in the second half. The first half left a lot to be desired. There's Hugh Gray finding Levon Williams. Good move by Williams. Cumberland not quick in the attacking third. They were closed down quickly by UWI. Here they come, trying to transition. Very difficult to do so. Now it goes the other way. Ball played upfield to Richards. Back there's to Neil McKenzie. Garrison. Atkinson. Poor pass to Gervon Brown. McKenzie gives it up. Here's Humberlion now. The shot taken. Oh, majestic stuff from Rowan Richards, who picked it up outside the box and laced a ferocious shot that got the better of them all night, who could do nothing about it. The Lions roar inside the Tony Sporting Sports Complex. 1-0.
They said that since Rowan Richards had left Jamalco has never been the same. When you have a player like this, who in the glimpse of an eye can change a game, and change a game so quickly, he's very, very, very talented, Donald, and he's definitely one for the future.
That's magnificent. It's his first goal since joining Humberlion, and I'm not sure if he'll score much better than that one. That's a fabulous strike. To beat Amal Knight from there, it has to be special, and that was special.
I'm saying though, the UWI defenders are not looking as sharp as how they used to look, and to give an offensive player so much time on the ball to give up a shot from there, that show lack of sharpness.
Here they come. Humberlion once more. They must be pumped up after that strike. Donovan Duki doesn't smile a lot, but just sworn I saw some teeth just now after that strike. He would have been proud.
Entire Clarendon is proud.
How will you respond? That's a question now. They are the leaders of the RSPL. They won't be able to lie down. That was a late challenge. A very late challenge coming from Kemoy Atkinson. The free kick goes in favor of Humberlion. Referee Parchment deciding against showing a colourful card.
As I said in the lead up, Donald, if there's a time for UWI to lose, I guess it's now. They've been playing very, very good all season. It's better for them to lose now than to lose down later when it counts or when it matters most.
Patrick Brown playing deeper than normal with the introduction of Gervin Brown. Now has to be the provider. Mind you, he has a little bit more space to run into, but his role would be the provider and to spray those passes accurately.
And also, I think the reason why they put him there also is to run at the Humble Lions back four. You know, I think it's a good move, but so far it's not bearing any fruit.
You really do miss Kamar Daly.
Who wouldn't?
Hugh Howell. Poor pass picked up by Roshane Smith. Oh, it had to be cut by Hugh and Gray just now. Timely interception. Here is Jerondy Henry. Picked up by Kevon Isaacs. Challenge coming in. Yellow card coming out.
Humble Lion really look sharp though, Donald. Sharp in their thinking, sharp in their movements. They're really, really dangerous tonight.
David Garrison getting the yellow card there. Not the first booking of the night.
I think it's the second.
Williams. Beautiful movement by Humble Lion. Hugh Howell has a little bit of space. Cross at the back post looking for Richards. It is the first card. And here's a shot that's well wide of the target. Free kick to Humble Lion, deep in their own half. Smith. Yui. Brown now. They're doing their best to try and break down this Humble Lion unit. Garrison. Long ball of field, too far in front of Richards this time. Garrison over on the far side, trying to win it back for Yui. They regain the possession. Their captain Smith is on the ball. Brown. 3 players inside the box for Yui. It's sent inside. Brown looking to get the return pass as well. Shot was skewed. Atkinson. Roshane Smith. Played it to the edge of the box. Atkinson again. Swings this one inside. Humble Lion with the defending. Richards lost it out to Garrison. Geronde Henry loses it out to Richards. Richards sends us upfield. Amal Knight playing sweeper-keeper.
Smart. That is what you want your goalkeeper to do when you're playing a high line. Those defense splitting pass, the goalkeeper need to be there to sweep or get rid of the ball. But if you have the goalkeeper playing deep in the goal, the forward will latch onto those balls easily, probably even get a goal.
Ricardo Dennis is going to come on, and he's going to be replacing the goal scorer, Rowan Richards. He has made an impact on this game, a big impact as well. Comes off injured, forced change, and Ricardo Dennis, who has 4 goals to his name, replaces the goal scorer.
Similar player coming on, Donald. Very tricky, very speedy.
And that's the goal. The difference between the teams at the moment. What a strike. What a brilliant strike from Ron Richards. He's going to remember that one for a long, long time. Brown ran into Howell. Now the free kick. Both players trying to match testosterone. Dennis. Hugh and Gray.
I think Cumberland is rushing the game a little bit too much though, Dan. I think they just need to settle down and keep the passing game going. On the other hand, I think the UWI team need to be more assertive in the passes and the movements in order to try and get back into this game.
Greenland. McKenzie. Captain Smith. Loose first touch. Recovers though. Finding Atkinson now. Gets a throw. Dino Schaff trying to find Greenland, headed out by the Humberline defense. Schaff with the header to Brown, trying to find Garrison. This is Jermaine Christian with a lofted pass to Francois Swaby. Schaff is back there and he's beaten. Swaby gets by him. 2 players rushing inside the box. Oh, the pass was blocked. Big opportunity there for Humberline. Danger averted though. Game opening up just a little bit. What a turn. From the sublime to the ridiculous.
I think a game like this though really can show UWI exactly where they are, what they need to do if they want to both win the league format and also the knockout format of this competition. This is a very good test for both teams.
Free kick taken long. Hugh Howell trying to control. Here's a cross inside the box, looking for Swaby, over the head of Swaby. Now it's with Williams! Across the face of goal, Swaby was trying to get the final touch. Flew by him.
I don't think Levon Williams was trying to square that ball. I think he was trying to kick the ball at the goal.
That was a shot.
It was just miscued.
That was a shot. A lot of power behind it. Initial cross just went over Swaby. I think he was trying to. This is a bad shot. A shot that went wrong. So much power behind it. But again, Swaby saw the opportunity, flung himself at it. Couldn't get a touch. Isaacs. Holmes unable to get it away, gives up possession. Again, the ball played up, looking for Greenland. So you in the attacking third, seeking to press and get the equalizer. Baines Stewart is across there, taking the throw, looking to be a long one, which it is. Ricardo Dennis. Challenge there. Smith lobs it to Greenland. The line pretty stubborn at the back. This could be difficult. TC does it in the end. Tennille McKenzie. He's a big man. Have to be massive to get the better of Hugh Howell like that. Mackenzie Howell battle continues. Mackenzie though, to get it in touch.
Very, very good work there by Hugh Howell though. He's playing tonight like his life depends on it.
He's a character, isn't he?
He's also one of the main reasons why Humberline is playing so dominant tonight in terms of midfield though, because he just does not allow this UWI midfield to settle.
One of the candidates for man of the match, I suppose.
So far, yes.
He was making another substitution. Dayton Stewart is coming off. Surprised by that change? What kind of impact has he had?
Not necessarily. The coaches need to try something and try something quickly. The game is running away from them now. Even though Humberline is just leading by a goal.
UWI on the ball. Atkinson collects. Kemar Cummings. Atkinson does well. Schaff sends it along the right channel. Cross taking a deflection. Here's a corner kick at the near post. Dwayne Holmes had some difficulty in clearing it before banging that one into the stands. Dewey still pressing. Atkinson sends his man inside the shot. Charged down there, screaming for the handball against Ricardo Campbell. Referee didn't even acknowledge. Cummings, the substitute. Christian. Good movement. Wasn't on the same page with Francois Swaby, although the referee has called the play back. It's going to be a free kick to Humberline, I believe, over on the far side.
Surprisingly though, Humberline, after scoring the goal, you know, I think they would have controlled the tempo of the game.
Just seeing the opportunity there again. The handball there, it really was close to the player.
I think it's one of those calls that sometimes the referee gives them, sometimes they don't. The ball surely hit his hand, but I'm wondering if it was because of the distance. The player was to the ball, why the referee did not give that as a handled ball.
Well, his hand is in an unorthodox position, Maron.
Yes, as I said, sometimes the referees...
That's a penalty, Maron.
No.
Maron, that's a penalty.
No, not in agreement.
Maron, that's a penalty.
No, sir, not in agreement.
His hand was in the air.
Yes, it
was in an unorthodox position. The shot was going goalwards.
But at some point, he was trying to move himself away too, also.
All right. We're going to agree to disagree there. Well, here's a free kick inside the box. You is standing tall at the moment. Here's Yui. Beautiful run by Henry. And Ricardo Campbell.
Good tackle there by Ricardo Campbell. There.
Henry remains down. Ricardo Campbell again making headlines. See the challenge there from behind. Here's a chance for Yui again, but Humberline with some stubborn defending at the moment. The shot from Atkinson is well wide.
Jermaine Christian came out and Ricardo Cousins came in. So I guess Coach Duki wants Cousins to come inside this midfield and control the tempo of this game, because for the past 5 to 10 minutes
it's actually Devon Hodges who has come on. Or no? It is Cousins actually, Ricardo Cousins. We'll get back to that in just a moment. As this ball is played inside to Greenland. Greenland looking for some space inside the box. Again, it's charged down by that man again, Ricardo Campbell.
He's also one of the candidates so far for man of the match, Donald.
He's been involved in most everything, including getting some attention from the bench.
Suffering from cramps also.
So this is Ricardo Cousins back in the league. He just went down there. Seems as if it is cramp that he's suffering. He's a wounded warrior at the moment. Here's a corner kick at the near post. That was pretty poor.
I think the neutrals in the stadium, Donald, are split 50-50. Some cheering for Humble Lion, some cheering for UWI.
We have just about 15 minutes remaining in this contest. Humble Lion trying to make this league an open affair.
Time management is very, very important here for the Humble Lion team, though, if they want to hold on to this lead or even try and go one more. It makes no sense. You're in the 75th minute of a game, leading 1-0 and rushing the game. Time management is very, very important.
Jamie Robinson is on. Kimon Atkinson is off for UWI. Now Rasheen Smith trying to settle it. Brown pushed in the back by Ricardo Dennis. A bit of an argy-bargy there between Dennis and Brown. Taken quickly. Jamie Anderson sends it wide.
Off Levon Williams for a corner.
One, two, 3, 6, 7, 8 players inside the box for UWI. Heads go up at the back post. Brown trying to collect and does. Needs to provide good service inside the box. Decided against squaring it himself. Mackenzie sends this one inside again. He was looking for Greenland at the near post, but it's headed behind by Dwayne Holmes for a corner kick to UWI.
All 11 Humble Lion players are back defending this corner.
Here comes a cross again at the back post. Heads go up! Clear just in front of the goal line.
By Ricardo Dennis.
It was Dina Schaff again with the big chance for UWI. He scored last week with a header. And that was cleared off the line by Ricardo Campbell, again making even more headlines in this contest. Players down for Humble Lion. His teammates ignoring him right now. Now the play is stopped. Well, this game has picked up in the second half, hasn't it? Both teams getting numerous chances. We've seen a quality goal. Here's Shaft's header. And
the goalkeeper was beaten there, Donald.
Yeah, he was. Looked to have been totally out of position. See, Campbell did really well.
Ricardo Campbell is playing a captain role tonight, Donald.
Had to go back on his line. It was Williams who was there initially. Then Williams came out. And the Campbell saw the gap in defense and stayed on the line.
Smart defending there by Captain Ricardo Campbell of the Humberline team. Seems as if Levon Williams is suffering also from cramps. I'm wondering what is going on in the Humberline camp. Cramps show a bit of unfitness, sometimes even diet.
Two-man wall set up in front of Kemar Cummings. Floated inside and it's tapped forward. Not a lot of power behind it. They take a deflection. The referee said it did. And it's a corner kick. It was Jamie Anderson who got a touch on it initially. Then the deflection took it behind for a corner kick. UWI piling on the pressure with 10 minutes to go. 7 players inside the box now trying to get on the end of this corner kick. It's at the near post again, not the best. And Humberline trying to counter. Geronde Henry's challenge is late by a day and a half. He's going to get a yellow card.
Smart play there by Isaacs though. He was running for the foul. Donald.
He was just waiting for the contact there, Kevon Isaacs, and got it.
He had no support. So he was basically waiting on the contact.
There's a culprit. Geronde Henry with the yellow card. Yellow card shown to Patrick Brown. That was pretty silly from Brown. Here's a chance now for Williams across the face of goal. And UWI now trying to capitalize. Gervon Brown finding Garrison. Garrison continuing his run. Anderson sends this one inside. Collected by Sanchez Lloyd. Humberline defending stubbornly. Anderson on the ball. Kemar Cummings. Anderson. There's a whistle on the play. It's going to be a free kick to UWIFC. Not sure if I saw a lot in that. Cummings behind this one, sent high inside the box, goes behind for a goal kick. last touch possibly of Gervon Brown. Greenland harassed off the ball there. Mackenzie playing with it at the back. Now Dennis trying to stab that one forward, although it was a defender that got a foot in there. It's going to be a corner kick to Humberline.
University of the West Indies defenders are in 6s and 7s. This is the first time I've ever seen them looking like this. Lack of communication, lack of organization. And the Humberlions attackers are not giving them the time of day to rest.
Humberline, of course, taking their time about this corner kick. Ricardo Cousins making sure that he spots it where he wants it. They don't have the option of taking it short. So this one is sent high inside the 6-yard area. Another late challenge coming in. It's a free kick to UWI. So Ricardo Campbell, for me, definitely a contender for man of the match. I see the challenge coming in from Kevin Isaacs there.
Oh, you're using the word contender?
Yes, I'm using the word contender, simply because of the handball controversy.
With that match-winning save a few minutes ago, he's my man of the match.
Well, there's still some time left, Miron. Free kick to UWI. Wanting to take it quickly. Patrick Brown decided against it.
Can't be leading 1-0 though and giving up silly free kicks like this, so close to your goal area.
This could be interesting. Again, UWI, they've sent quite a few players up on, right up to the edge of the box. A shot is taken. Roshane Smith flicks this one. Humberline unable to come away with it. Now they are able to do so. They can't seal the game with this. The ball, oh my goodness me, he's offside. Surely he could have held back here, run just a little bit, Francois Swaby. He can't believe the call, mind you.
And I can't believe the run.
Just stay behind him. Just stay behind him. Or at the very least level.
But
he's offside by some way.
He's complaining that he was in line with the ball.
I don't know what kind of eyes he has. Here's Roshane Smith's effort. Block comes as far as Patrick Brown. There's a whistle on the play. Brown may have used his hand there as the kick goes the other way. A few Humberline supporters still complaining about the offside, which it was. The only other contender for me for MVP would have been Ron Richards. But here's UWI again trying to transition. There's another whistle on the play. And a couple of players down. Hugh Howell is going to get some attention for Humble Lion. As we see
the leadership,
Gervon Brown, the leadership to his feet just now.
The leadership quality that Ricardo Campbell has shown throughout this game, Donald. Organizing his defense line, putting his body on the line many times. You know, I'll give him the edge. I think he's my man of the match for the night. And that match-winning save that he basically cleared the ball off the line, you know, is my man of the match.
Hugh Hall got himself in some trouble there, of his own doing. It seems as if it was. And I'm going to agree with you, Vern, then, since you've made such a big point on it. Ricardo Campbell, the MVP. Ricardo Dennis on the ball. Not a lot of support in front of him. Kieran Gray bangs this long, and will it go inside? Oh, it had to be put over by Alfred Knight. That would have been the goal of the season, because Knight was off his line and had to backtrack to parry it over the crossbar.
Very, very good save there at the end by Knight. But it was a very, very well struck, well planned kick by Ewan Gray.
Amal Knight. You got away, sir. You got away. Only just.
So Wolverine Wolf on for Hugh Howell.
Humble Lion with the throw. Time ticking away. Henry all the way back to Mackenzie. Still thinking about that Hugh and Gray chance there. If that had gone in, we would have seen two of the best goals in the competition scored tonight.
Experience showed there by one Wolverine Wolf, who I'm sure is okay, but he's on the ground twisting and turning just to eat up a part of the clock.
Kamar Cummings was shown the yellow card. Swebe eating up some more time at the corner flag. Knight sends this one long, high into the evening sky. Chest down by Gervon Brown, finding Patrick Brown, who was robbed. Gets it back though, finds his captain Smith. Back to Brown. Less than a minute to go. Cummings. Free kick to UWI. He's going to get a yellow card for being silly, is he? Yes, Dennis. I almost thought Dennis had a yellow card before, but apparently not, no. Final chance for UWIFC to get the equalizer. This one sent to the edge of the box, not cleared properly by Humble Lion. There's an appeal there for a handball yet again. Still inside the box here, trying to clear. It's with Brown, it's blocked. Humble Lion there trying to clear, but they're robbed once more. Brown on the ball, cuts inside on his right, stabs it across. Still an opportunity. Brown back to goal, plays it inside to Green. Oh, Greenland hits the crossbar, and the follow-up is over the bar. Anthony Greenland was seeking to get his 7th. Came off the woodwork, and the rebound went high. A dramatic ending to this contest as UWI tried desperately to get the equalizer. 2 bites at the cherry, but both players unable to come up with the fruit. And it was Schaff at the back post who couldn't keep it under the bar.
But earlier, or prior to that, Donald, Ricardo Dennis got the ball in a clear position. And before, he should have just cleared the ball upfield. He was trying to dribble, trying to pass 2 UWI players. They stole the ball from him, and it almost cost him the game. As an experienced player, I'm very, very disappointed with Ricardo Dennis there. With Ricardo Cousins, should I say there.
This is it. The league is still very much open. The Lions roar inside the Tony Spalding Sports Complex, getting the better of the leaders, UWI, by a 1-0, courtesy of a brilliant strike by Rowan Richards. 1-0, Humble Lion over UWI.
I think the Humble Lion team got it tactically right tonight, Donald. I think they came out and they basically gave this UWI team a dose of their medicine. You know, UWI is always the aggressor. Tonight, Humble Lion turned up to be the aggressor. And I think they did that, and that was what made the difference tonight.
UWI, they always pushed back, and they tried to respond in the second half. Why didn't they have more ambition in the first? Well, we're going to get back to that in just a little while, but let's see the goal. It proved to be the difference between the teams. What a strike that was. Brilliant.
It was a beauty by Rowan Richards.
Unleashed a shot from his right foot. Amal Knight beaten. That was just magnificent there. Rowan Richards. And then at the very end, UWI could have gotten something there.
Cleared off the line by the man of the match, Ricardo Campbell.
And then this effort from distance had to be parried over by Amal Knight. Huon Gray with an attempt laced with ambition and almost snuck in there. Knight had to punch it over. We go downstairs now to George Davis.
Thank you very much, Donald. So I'm here with Ricardo Campbell, the captain of the Humble Lion team. Ricardo, this award is in recognition of your man of the match performance. Tell me about that. It got desperate at the end.
Yeah, it was a hard fight. So we have to put in the work. We don't do the work from training, so all we have to do is just bring it over in the game.
Do you think that you had a point to prove against you with the league leaders and the team that you're likely to meet in the semi-final or even the final of this competition?
Yeah, our plan is any side in front where we have to play. We have to take these 3 points. So that's what we did this evening.
Well, Ricardo, congratulations. Don't move. Rashima has something for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ricardo.
Yeah.
Drink responsibly.
All right, thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Good. That's Ricardo Campbell, the captain of the Humble Lion team. And now speak to the coach of the UWI Pelicans, Marcel Gale. Marcel, The two halves, contrasting performances from your team. Didn't look yourselves over the first 45. You finished very, very strongly. Your impressions of the game?
I thought it was a good game. I mean, technically, tactically, I think probably it's the best game in the Premier League all season. But, you know, it's unfortunate today. I mean, it's a good goal beat us. But I was even yesterday training, I was telling guys, I mean, in the last third, I have closed down the play as quickly as possible. But, you know, we didn't do it today. And, you know, I'm going to say congrats to Humberland. I thought they played well. You know, so unfortunately, in the last minute of the play, we could have got it. But, you know, such is the game. But still proud of my guys. I think, you know, we just keep on doing work. I mean, you know, we just have come again.
You know, many people have been saying over recent weeks that your form has been so superb since the start of the year, especially since 2017. 12 games, you won 7. That, look, if you were to lose a game, it's better to get that out of your system now, because going down from here, it's almost, you have to be perfect in the semifinals, of course, and of course to get to the final. Do you believe that this sort of result will maybe cause the players to pause and take perspective and realize the size of the task at hand?
Hey, for me, they go there today and do their best. I never seen anybody give 50%, everybody give 100%. And such is the game. We can't control the score line, but you know, it's a good team performance for my team, and I'm proud of them. So let's just go again and come as a part of the game where we're going to lose some and we're going to win some. But, you know, I make no excuse. It was a good game, good performance. And I mean, you know, I say congrats to Humberland.
And finally, you must have felt that you could have taken something from it when Greenland's shot came off the crossbar.
Most definitely, but such is the game, you know. Sometimes we win some and sometimes we lose some. Hey, we have to just come again.
All right, Marcel, all the best. Thank you.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Good. Marcel Gale, the coach of the UWI team. Now with the winning coach, Donovan Ducky. Donovan, that performance and the result, hallmarks of a Donovan Ducky team, very good in defense. Your impressions of the overall 90?
Well, we have to say credit to UWI. I thought they were brilliant. They kept us in the game. They're the most fair team in the competition in terms of their transition. So quick, but tactically I thought we were right. We pressed for the opening goal in the first 15-20, but the game was evil in the match. The game was a spectator's treat. I was really impressed. I knew that we were the best defensive team against the best attacking team. The most consistent two teams played tonight. What I realized in the first half that their right back, was handicapped coming in on his left foot. So immediately we inverted our wingers, and it paid dividends with Ron Richards getting that brilliant goal. We defend stout-heartedly. I thought with a little bit of luck also, we got away with 3 points. So the guys did well. All week we worked well. They had solidarity, they had unity, they had good camaraderie, and the team effort is good.
In a vacuum, people know that the Humberland team is very good, very solid, strong bench this year, something that they lacked at the business end of the last campaign. But when you look at the individual performance of some of your players, you spoke of Ron Richards, who came off, he didn't see out the 90, but he's just becoming integrated into the Humberland squad. What do you think of his contribution tonight?
Well, it was an excellent move for us. It's a talent that we identified in the first round against Jamaica. He's a brilliant winger, and he's ambidextrous. He's able to play on both flanks. You saw what he did tonight. It was just brilliant. It was just a stunner. He is getting into his own now. It took him a while to adapt to our system because our organization is much different from a lot of teams. We don't rely on individualism. We have to work for the team. All the different phases of the game is important to us. We have to defend as one in transition in both phases. In attack, we have to get up there, we have to get back. I think he's getting there, and I have to say kudos to him also.
Finally, coach, the result this evening against the league leaders, second best defense behind yours, of course, and one of the best attacks. Do you think it lays down a marker as to what Humberland is about? You can beat the very best, and you still have players on your bench who you would call on normal circumstances who you didn't need to use tonight.
Well, I'll tell you this, form is temporary, but class is permanent. We have class, and now we have form. So it's our time to make our run, and we have been laying back for a while. Now, we have to make our move, and we did this tonight. We know that they opened up a 7 points gap on us. We had to cut into their lead and bank on our game in and against Portmore United. So it's a good move, it's a good foundation to make a run for the #1 spot. I hope we stay focused.
Excellent. Thank you very much. All the best to you.
It was a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you very much, too.
Good. Donovan Ducky, the coach of Humberland. All right, Meron Gordon joins me right now. Meron, a good game over the 90 minutes. The two best defensive teams locking horns here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. A sort of a slow burn over the first 45, but did it come alive by the time the referee blew for full time?
Yes, I think Humberland team got it tactically right tonight. I think they played the UWI game. UWI is always the aggressor. And I think Humberland came out tonight, especially you, Howell, came out and disrupt that UWI midfield, you know. But I think UWI is really, really missing Kemar Daly. But I know they're a quality team. If there's a time to lose, I think it's now. You know, they're a quality team. I think they'll bounce back.
There you go. All right. So what does the result this evening mean for the standings? The UWI is still out front on 57 points, but Humble Lion have now vaulted above Tivoli Gardens to go into second place. They occupy that position solely on 53. Tivoli, Mobay United, Portmore, and Arnett Gardens. Is there any doubt in your mind or any question in your mind that Arnett Gardens will retain that 6th and last playoff spot, or do you fancy that Reno can make up the ground with the games they have in hand?
I said it about 5 games ago that I think it's a close shop. You know, I think it's now to see if Humble Lion and UWI can maintain their form going into final games, and hopefully they can get those 2 automatic semi-final spots.
There you go. Speaking of semi-final spots, this is what the semi-finals could look like if they, say the league ended now, the preliminaries. Based on where the teams are this evening, Tivoli Gardens would play Arnett Gardens, 3rd versus 6th, and then Montego Bay United, 4th, would play Portmore United, who finished 5th. Recall that the first 2 teams who would nominally be UWI and Humble Lion, they would get a bye to the semi-finals. They're automatic qualifiers for the semi-finals, and then it's the other 4 teams in the top 6, Tivoli, Arnett Gardens, Montego Bay United, and Portmore, who would fight for the other 2 places. So these are the fixtures, the potential fixtures, with Tivoli and Montego Bay United both playing their first legs at home. All right, UWI, their remaining games, they have a tough run in. We highlighted that some weeks ago. Harborview is their next opponent. They play away to the Stars of the East at the compound. Then they are at home to Mobay United, and then they finish at the Spanish Town Prison Oval against Portmore United. Meron, for the Humble Lion team, they're running not as difficult as UWI's. Humble Lion's final games will see them playing against Portmore United at home, Jamalco at home, Marvelly at home. So 2 of the relegation candidates, Meron, are going to be battling Humble Lion, and of course they play Tivoli to close it out. So overall, your impressions of this evening?
It was a good Monday night football game. You know, I think tactically it was a very good game. You know, but I really missed that tonight. You know, Kemar Daly would have made some difference, especially for the UWI team. But it was a very, very good game tonight.
It's been great having you with us for Monday Night Football. Meron Gordon was with us, along with Donald Oliver on commentary duties, and the hard-working production team here at Sportsbank made it happen for you. We're bidding you farewell and telling you that we'll see you again on Sunday, and of course we'll be in full color next Monday.